Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. Today's video is on a new Viseart palette. This one is called the Bijouxette palette, maybe, if I'm pronouncing that right. And it is one of Viseart's latest releases and the most beautiful palette that I've seen from them in a while. I'm going to be doing 3 looks in this video. I'm going to be showing you swatches and just overall giving you my review of this palette. I can't wait to show you, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I know that a lot of you were very excited about this one when it launched, and I was too. It took me a while to get to this video, but here we are. Anyways, if you're excited for the video, then just keep on watching. Let me just show you the beautiful colors inside this Viseart palette. It says, enter a world of untold riches and opulent splendor this season with Viseart's newest and most sumptuous palette. Inspired by the now archived Pro palette Bijouxette Royale, the newest Bijouxette palette is a treasure trove of Baroque baubles. This sumptuously rich collection of multifaceted gems will sparkle with joy and reflect light on even the darkest winter nights. So that right there is the description of this beautiful palette. It retails for $44, and I want to go ahead and show you guys the swatches. Okay, first things first, I'm going to grab the color Novo right here, and that is going to be my transition shade for my eye look. I'm using my Rephr number 15 brush, and I'm just back and forth diffusing that shade, back and forth with my Rephr number 15. And we just want a nice wash of color all over the crease. With the color Sidecar and my Rephr number 1, I'm going to start intensifying the outer corner of the eye. So I'm first placing the color down on the outer corner of the eyelid and then starting to blend that color upwards into our crease color to deepen up everything. A little bit more Sidecar, and I am just darkening up my crease by sweeping my brush back and forth all throughout the crease area. Still using my Rephr number 1 brush. And now we have a little bit more of an intense wash of color all over the crease. With the Rephr number 1 still, I'm going to go into the dark shade right here. This one is called Speakeasy. And I'm going to darken up the outer corner of my eye with it further. So this time I'm being a little bit more careful with it. I'm first just patting it right on the outer corner of the eyelid, exactly where I want the shade to be. And instead of just swiping all over the place like I was doing before, I'm just going to do smaller little circles right around where the shade is so that it blends seamlessly into the previous shades, but I don't want it to go too high or just everywhere, you know? We're going to just be a little bit more careful with blending it so that the darkness stays right there on that outer corner. Now that everything's nice and dark and intense, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one is called Sequence. And with my finger, I'm just going to pat it all over my eyelid. Just pat, pat, pat it. And then with that same shade and my Rephr number 28 brush, I'm just going to define this upper edge a little bit. Switching to this color right here, which is the color Prohibition. I'm going to do the inner third of the eyelid and just mix it into our brighter gold shade. And for a fun pop, I'm going to grab the color Velveteen back here with my finger, and I'm going to place it over the outer edge of the gold right there, just tapping it. I did a little bit more than just the edge, so put it there. Back with the Rephr number 14 and the dark color here, I'm going to sweep forward into my purple so that these two colors blend seamlessly back here. And then back with my flat brush in this color, I'm going to just blend with the purple shade by just back and forth mixing the two. Back with my Rephr number 1, I'm grabbing this shade right here called Sidecar, and I'm going to just back and forth blend it all under my eye, using the thin part of my Rephr number 1 brush. And then with my Rephr number 14, a little bit more of the color Speakeasy, and just darken up the outer half of my under eye. Okay, so this right here is the first look. Let me go ahead and put on a little bit of liner, a little bit of mascara, and I'll be right back to show you the final result. Back with mascara on, and I also put a little bit of this Fenty eyeliner in my waterline. I think mine is dry now because it didn't go on as smooth as it used to when I first bought it. This one is in the color Perpetrator, and it used to be a lot more rich and pigmented than it is right now. But it is what it is. Anyways, this right here is the first look with this palette. The mascara I'm using is the Patrick Ta mascara, and I'm not putting any lashes on for this look. Okay, let's get started with the second look, and I'm going to once again start with the color Novo because that's definitely the best transition color in this palette. And I'm using my Rephr number 15 brush, doing some back and forth windshield wiper motions. Now with my Rephr number 1, I'm grabbing the color Ruby, and I'm going to put it on the outer corner of my eyelid. Just tap it in place first, and then I'm going to start building it into the crease by doing little circles right on the edge of where I placed it right here. Little circles and back and forth. Just blend that shade real nicely, diffuse it into your transition color. I want to use the color Velveteen again because in the first look I used it, but just like a little touch of it, and this time around I want it to show more. And I'm applying it with a brush because yesterday with my finger I felt like I had a little bit of fallout with it, and I'm wondering if with a brush it's going to just perform a little better. So I'm just tapping that color on the eyelid from the center to the outer corner here. Okay, and that actually looks really pretty, and I don't see fallout, which yesterday when I just pressed it with my finger, I had some fallout underneath and I had already done the rest of my makeup. That color is pressed there. And now with the same brush, which is my Rephr number 28, I grabbed the color Deco, and I'm just going to put it on the first half of my eyelid here and blend it into that purple ever so slightly. A little bit more Velveteen back here. With my Rephr number 14 and the color Ruby, I'm going to intensify this outer corner a little more and just go through any edges on this outer half of my crease right here so that the color Ruby blends into the shimmer shades and also blends nicely into our crease. I love to use my Rephr number 14 for this. And with any remaining product, I'm just going to soften the front edge right here. Just back and forth with the tip of my Rephr number 14. Okay, so this right here is the top of the second look. I'm going to do some face makeup and I'll be right back and we'll finish it up. I got a little bit of the color Prohibition and I'm putting it right here on the inner corner and blending it in ever so slightly. I'm not extending it here as much as I normally do because it's not a highlight shade. It's not light enough for me, but right here on the innermost corner of the eye, I think it looks quite pretty. For the under eye, I'm going to start with the color Sidecar on my Rephr number 14 and just back and forth smoke the under eye area. And then with a smaller pointed brush, I'm grabbing the color Ruby and intensifying the under eye all the way to the tear duct area and the outer corner. With my big fluffy brush, I'm just making sure that things look smooth back here. Okay, so this is the second look right here before I put on any eyeliner or mascara. Let me go ahead and do some of both of those and I'll be right back to show you the final second look. Okay, back with mascara and lashes on, I also applied this L'Oreal Burgundy liner, which I will have linked below. And this right here is my second look with this beautiful palette. Okay, starting look number 3, once again, Rephr number 15. So your fluffy big brush and the color Novo. And I'm back and forth blending that color on the crease of my eye with my fluffy brush. And with my Rephr number 1, I'm grabbing the color Speakeasy and I'm going to tap it on the outer corner, but also on the inner corner right here. And this is a really pretty, like, super dark brown shade. So keeping it in place right there. I'm gonna add a little bit more back here and just tap it, tap it, tap it using my Rephr number 1. Now that I have the shape down, I'm going to do little circles with the tip of my brush right here to blend it into our transition color. Same thing back here, just doing little circles to blend our edges. And with any remaining product on the tip of my brush, I'm going to connect the shades right here in the center. Okay, so here's what things are looking like, and I'm going to grab the color Scandalous and I'm going to tap it right here over the center of my eyelid, and I'm just tapping it on with my finger. This is a beautiful, beautiful teal shade. Wow, it's spectacular. Also a little bit of the color Cubism here, and I'm going to go over the edges with another finger. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, inner edge right here. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, I have an idea. I'm also going to use Velveteen for this look on my Rephr number 28 and tap it over the brown on both edges of my eye, because I think that those three colors together are going to look spectacular. So inner corner too right here. A little bit more Cubism with my brush this time. And I'm just going over it right here. A little bit more Scandalous with the brush as well. I'm basically just raising all of the colors to my crease with the brush a little bit up here. Okay, now the tricky part is going to be to blend that out, but so far I'm obsessed. I grabbed a little bit of the color Speak Easy on the tip of my Rephr number 14, and I'm just going to just run it all around those edges, back and forth. Oh, bitch. Okay, wow. Shimmer on the crease and all, I love it. So I'm going to just be right back with some makeup around my eye and we will finish this up. A minute ago when I stopped recording, I grabbed a teeny tiny bit of the color Jade and I put it very lightly right here over the center of the eye, and I feel like it made this eye look even more special. So now I'm back with some makeup around and let's just finish it up. Okay, so I'm going to start from the center and then I'm going to go around. I have the color Jade on a pointed brush and I'm going to just back and forth swipe it underneath my lower lashes right here. Same brush in the color Cubism, and I'm going to go on the edges of Jade, back and forth. I'm doing this without looking, so hopefully I'm placing the colors right. Good enough. Then the color Velveteen down here. Make it reach the outer corner back here and right underneath my tear duct. Then with the color Sidecar on my Rephr number 13 brush, we're going to smoke it all out, just back and forth, blend everything. Okay, I went ahead with a blue eyeliner in the waterline. This one is from Fenty in the color See About It. And on the inner corner, a little bit of the color Jade right here with my Rephr number 28. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay, love that. I'm going to be right back with mascara and maybe some lashes on too. This is the look before I do either one of those things. Back with mascara and lashes on, and I cannot get over it. Okay, this look is freaking beautiful. I love it. Looks 1 and 2 are absolute trash in comparison. This look is so freaking pretty. Super happy with this one. Let me go ahead and give you my final thoughts on this palette. I went ahead and just half-assed the rest of my makeup so that I can continue to talk to you guys about this beautiful palette. And I have something that I wanted to just make a note of. The only other palette like this one from Viseart I've ever reviewed was the Spritz Edit palette. And this palette right here retails for $39 and it is teeny tiny. So I stopped buying Viseart palettes for review because I just, for some reason, felt like $39 for this small palette just like wasn't a good deal. Even though I did like the formula, it didn't feel right. But this palette that I'm reviewing today is $44, I believe, and it's actually a much better size for its price than this one in my opinion. Take a look right here at the size difference. I feel much better buying this size palette from them than I felt when I bought this one. And I am not a Viseart palette connoisseur or anything. So in my mind, all of the palettes that came in this type of format were this size. And when I bought this one because I loved this color story, which I do, I love this color story. Once I received it, I realized it was bigger than this one, and I'm much happier with this size versus the price than I was with this palette right here. Anyways, you guys saw the shadows perform absolutely beautiful. For some reason, for look number 1, when I tried the purple with the golds and the matte brown, I had a little bit of fallout. I think it was just the way that I like put it on with my finger as an afterthought, because today I didn't really even have to clean under my eyes before I did my foundation and concealer, because I really didn't have any fallout, and I used that shade for both of these looks. Anyways, long story short, I absolutely love this palette. I highly recommend it. I am obsessed with this eye look right here. I cannot get over it. This one's cute too. The first one was just okay. I wasn't super obsessed with that one, but I really liked both of these and I am obsessed with this one. Anyways, let me show you guys some swatches before I end the video, but just know I highly recommend this one. I like the size much better. It performs beautifully. I'm obsessed with this color story, and you'll find links to everything that I talked about in this video down below in the description box as usual. Okay, here are all of the shades from this palette swatched. All very creamy. I think the shimmers are definitely a bit more creamy than the mattes, but the mattes perform really nicely regardless. And I think in my looks I used pretty much every single shade except for this orange shade right here. This is one of those weird matte shades that has like sprinkled glitter in it, and for the most part I don't love those shades, and also for some reason I just wasn't in the mood to use that orange, so I didn't. But every single other shade I believe that I used for today's video, and honestly I am very, very pleased with this palette. Okay, so that is everything I have for today's video. I had a ton of fun playing with this little Viseart palette, and now that I know the price versus size thing, I think I'm going to be picking up more Viseart palettes in the future, because just getting this little thing in the mail the first time was what like threw me off, and I was like, it's so small for that price. But now that I know that the $44 palettes come in a much better size pan, I think I'm going to be a lot more prone to grab these for future reviews. Anyways, I really hope that you liked this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you were here to stay, so please don't leave without subscribing. Ring the notifications bell if you want to get notified when I upload. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!